Thank you, everyone, for joining us here today. Welcome to the Los Angeles Film School Library Orientation. So you want to learn about the library. My name is Georgina, and I am the library director here for the school. And today I have here with me my two lovely library assistants. We have Matt and Stephanie, and we are going to show you how to navigate the library websites, how to locate items through our catalog, Koha, how to search and access some of our A to Z databases. And ultimately, we'll give you some tips that will help you become a better researcher. We hope that you have a better understanding of our services and the many different types of resources that are available to you for free as a student, alumni, or even as a faculty and staff member. Throughout the webinar, we'll be conducting a couple of polls, so please do try to answer them when they pop up on your screen. Also, if you have any questions during the presentation, please feel free to use the Q&A tab. Stephanie will be answering them in the chat. I saw that we already had a couple questions by Jessica, and hopefully you'll find the recording posted on our library website. So yeah, and then we'll also answer additional questions live towards the end as well, if you have any lingering questions. So first things first, let's take a poll to get a better understanding of our audience. So if you can please select the current month you're in, please do that. If you're month 1, you're a brand new student, please select that. If you're months 2 to 5, months 5 to 20, if you're about to graduate, please select that as well. If you're not a student, maybe you're alumni. And if you're not an alumni, then you're probably a faculty and staff member. So please select that while I'll go over the library. So for this term, students and staff can access the library on campus, which we're located in B1, 5th floor. For the most part, we are open Monday through Friday from 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. Though depending on upcoming holidays or special events, might be closed. So definitely during a summer break, we'll be closed, and that will be like the first week of July. But we'll return back for the July term. So, and while you're up here, you may utilize the computers, borrow materials. You can also print and scan and use the space for study. Again, just please check our library site for any alerts and updates. So this is our contact information. Many of our digital resources will still be available online, and which will go more depth in a little bit. But before we move on, we would like to get another poll. Has anyone ever visited our library, the LAPS library, whether it may be in person or visiting the library's website? We just want to know if you've ever visited our library before, and please indicate your answer. So yeah, while you're answering those questions, I'm going to go ahead and switch gears here and share our library websites. Okay, so moving forward, we're going to be diving into the library website. You can access our website at library.lafm.edu, or you can go through Connect, or you can go through the LMS portal under resources. So I'm just going to go over some of the key aspects of the library website, starting with the library's homepage. At the top over here, we have several tabs that lead to a different page or guide, along with submenus for each, and which we'll kind of briefly go through. I'm going to talk about the library, about our services and our collections, while Matt will be diving into research and ways to support us. Below here, we have our rotating announcements block. So these are important announcements from the library, and you can always click on View More to read more about it. Next, we have added some quick links for you to help you guide through the site a lot easier, especially if you're planning to create a library account, access some of our subject guides, copy, print, scan. If you're here at the library, you need to install that. You can go ahead and click those. Let's see, on the left-hand side here, we have our alerts, what's coming up, our hours and location, our contact information. So all that pretty much stays on the left-hand side. You can see our hours, when we'll be closed or open will be posted up here. And on the right, we have our events, what's going on, and other helpful links to get you started here at the library. And in the middle here, we have our 2 video tutorials. Like I mentioned earlier, the recording will be posted here on our homepage. So check back if you want to see the latest recording. We have last month's right here, and below that we have our Koha, that's our library catalog video tutorial. So it goes more in depth in certain ways on how to access your account and renew and place holds. So that goes more in depth, but we'll also go over that in this webinar. And then below here we have our news and blog posts. So these get updated regularly as new information, blogs or resources get added. So we have here our Pride Month, which our very own Matt and Stephanie helped with make this blog. And you can go ahead and see, check it out. Let's go back to our homepage where you can go ahead and view our Spotify playlist and just library suggestions if you want to fill that out for you. So then let's go to the About section here. And you'll find things that are associated with the library's mission, strategic goals, rules for visiting the library, and understanding the policies and code of conduct for both students and staff. As you can see here, we have our student policies, and you can kind of see what you're able to do if you're an online or versus an on-campus student. If you're alumni, you won't be able to check out anything, but you're able to come over here and do some work or read some books here at the library. So you can go ahead and read that through. If you want to look at our policies, look it over here. You can also select the Ask a Librarian page right here. And you can, if you have any questions about any assistance on acquiring materials, any resources, you can go ahead and ask us. The library is responsible for answering any questions from patrons, checking in and out materials, maintaining the front desk and facility, and adding more resources to Koha. Just trying to overall help your needs. So if you have any library specific questions, please feel free to ask us. If it's something that you need help in part of your research assignments, you can just contact our reference desk. So we'll be able to help you, guide you through the articles and access to our resources. But we cannot do your homework. You have to refer back to your professor if you have any specific questions about your assignments. Another area of support is our info desk. So we can provide you with information about other departments who you can turn to for help. So whether it may be for asking advisors, financial help, tech kits, or any technical assistance that you might need, you can go over here and check what phone number or email that you can reach out to. So next, let's go back to the homepage where you can go ahead and check out our services. So you can find the services that we provide here. We provide circulation, in which you check in and out materials. We have books, media, and digital resources, along with borrowing equipment. That equipment includes computers. Here at the library, we have a printer and scanner machines. We have headphones. We have some office supplies as well that you can borrow or use. And obviously we have some study spaces. So if you need an area to study or just chill, we also have that. We also have more spaces in the hallway. If you need to eat your lunch and work on some stuff, you can do that as well. Yeah, and in addition, like I've mentioned before, we have the info desk. We can certainly help you get access to certain departments if you need help. And we obviously do some webinars and events. So let's go back to the homepage where we can go under collections. So as you can see here, we have many items, including books, films, screenplays, we've got magazines, we have some audio and music, CDs, and we also have a wide range of electronic resources. So you can go through, see what we have, but definitely what you will want to do is click on the library catalog. So that routes you to our catalog, which is Koha. You can log into Koha at librarycatalog.lafm.edu. So the purpose of this library catalog is to locate items within our collection. So within the library's collection. So Koha is used to find materials based on title, author, subject. If you know the ISBN number, you can input that as well. And then you can locate the item. You can place it on hold if we have it. So for this demonstration, we're just gonna do an example of what you want to search for. So for a more narrow search, you can put in some keywords here in the field and then search. So I chose Baby Driver. It's a very great film with a great soundtrack. And you can see that we have the video for Baby Driver and the script. So you can go ahead and click on electronic access. If you see that button, that means that we have it digitally. So you can go ahead and click on electronic access, and it will route you to sign in if you're not, if you haven't done so. So I'm using one of our test accounts. Oh, oh no. Okay, success. And I'll route you to our Google Drive, which you'll have access to as long as you use your LAFilm .edu email to sign in. Sometimes when you're already signed in with your personal Google account, make sure you sign in with your LAFilm email, even though I know students don't have access to a Google account, but you can access it through using the LAFilm email. As long as you use that, you'll be able to access this right from home, on a computer, on your phone, on mobile device. You can do that as long as you sign in with your LAFilm credentials. So same thing if you're trying to look for the movie, you can always click on the title. It just gives you more information about the title, about what item types we have available for you to check out. We have Blu-ray available and we have the e-video copy available. So you can go ahead, click on electronic access button. And then it will route you to one of our resources on Swank Digital Campus. And you can go ahead and again, just stream the movie right from home. So that's how to access some of our electronic scripts and videos. If you're trying to do a more broader search of something, let's say you don't know what you're looking for, but maybe, maybe you're just looking for scripts. So click on that advanced search feature, and that way you can go ahead and select the certain item types that you want. So since I'm looking for electronic scripts, we can go ahead and click on eScript. If I want television scripts as well, I'll put that as well, and TV movie scripts. Yeah, just select the items that you need, click on search, and it will populate soon. We have a lot of scripts, that's why. We have almost 6,000, but that's a lot of scripts. If you're like me, if you want to put them in order, you can do that as well. You can go ahead and instead of relevance, you can go ahead and organize by title A to Z. So once you select that, it's going to reorganize everything, and there we go. And yeah, it's in order. Numbers and letters A through Z would show. And on left here, you can refine your search. So if it's something, if it's a certain author or screenwriter, director, you can go ahead and select that as well. You can select a collection type, item type, location, if you know, or maybe even some of the topics, you can do that as well. And let's see. And we also have some public lists. So again, if you don't know what you're looking for, you might find it in one of our public lists. We have this list here on LGBTQ Pride Month. So yeah, something that you can go ahead, look through. If you have an account, you can also create your own list. So you can go ahead and put those scripts or books or movies, whatever you want, to that list. So you can have it as well. So yes, so we do have another quick poll. I just want to ask how many of you already have a library account? So yes, if you do and no, but you're interested, I can show you how to access our library account, to get access to a library account. So on our homepage, you can go ahead and fill out our library application. As long as you fill out the name, ID number, email, make sure you use your LA Film email. Yeah, just fill this out. It's just part of our policy. This indicates that all borrowers are responsible for returning or borrowing all the library materials. So yes, and if not, then there might be consequences, whether it's late fees or even a replacement cost if you don't return it. But as long as you give us communication, give us a heads up before any due dates, then that's more it's more that. And then yeah. But yeah, so once you go ahead, fill it out, we'll be able to give you access to Koha. So once you get that email, it might be in your spam folder, please check. You can go ahead and log into your account once you get that confirmation from us. Log in using your LA Film email. Since I already logged in using our test account, yeah, you'll be able to see more things here. I have something checked out on my name. You can also go here through your account as well, just same page. And you can go ahead and see if you have any charges. You can view your personal details. You can add more details, update them. If you change your number, you can always add that as well. So all that personal details is here. You can view your search and check out history if you need to. It's all listed here. Your messaging. So let's say you check out a book and you want to get notified. Make sure you select the SMS option, put that phone number here, select the provider if it's listed on there, and you will receive a text message in 1 day advance before the due date. So it's helpful tool, helpful reminder before you get that overdue notice. And like I mentioned earlier, you can create your list here. You can go ahead and yeah, start wishing away. And if it's something that we don't have in our collection, you can always leave us feedback. Always appreciative with any feedback that you suggest, just because the collection is a reflection of our students and our staff. So go ahead and put in your title, your author, what type it is. If you're looking for a book, a DVD, you can leave those notes in here and just reasons why. If it's recommended by an instructor, if you're just personal reasons, you can leave that as well. Yeah, so that's pretty much some of the features for Koha. You can always check out the video tutorial, and yeah, so let's go back to our websites where Matt will be diving into research and other ways to support us.
Hello, everyone. Thank you, Georgina. Thank you, everyone, for being here with us today. And like Georgina said, I'm going to be going over 2 sections of our library website. I'm going to be going over the research section and the support us section, which feature a lot of really cool resources. So just so you know, one of the key features of our library website is our collection of online databases. And these are really useful for doing research for essays, if you're writing a thesis, or even if you're just looking for some reliable information on a given topic. But before we begin, I have a 2-part poll for you. So how many of you have experience with academic journals? And if so, which ones? So if you do have experience, please tick yes. If you don't, please tick no. And if you do have experience, let us know which ones you have experience with, whether it's Google Scholar, EBSCO, ProQuest, ERIC, JSTOR, or if it's one that's not listed here, you can select number 6 and let us know what it is. But while you guys are doing that, let's go ahead and jump back in. Or get started, I should say. We're going to click on the research button there, and that's going to take us to the research guide. So as you can see here, there are a lot of really great resources, tips for doing things like choosing a topic, finding books, different citation styles. There's a tutorials page. There's some pages for subject guides, and these are things that we'll touch on a little bit later. But for right now, let's go ahead and click on A to Z databases. And what that will do is it's going to bring me to this master list of all of the databases that we offer access to as an institution. And most of the databases featured here come from academic sources or from open access libraries, and all of the materials provided come from verified sources, which is really important when you're doing research. As you can see, you can browse the databases by a couple different ways: by subject type, by database type, by the vendor or provider of the database. So what we're going to do is we're going to explore some of these so you can see what some of these databases look like, and also we'll do a little demonstration on how to conduct a simple search. Some of the databases are subscription based. So when you try to access them, you'll be prompted to log in. And in that case, you can just sign in with your LA Film credentials for access, and it should work just fine. If you need more clarification on how to access the databases or how to conduct simple searches, you can find a guide under the tutorials page, but like I said, we'll touch more on that in a little bit. So let's go ahead and start exploring. So for our first exploration, let's go ahead and click on Alexander Street Press Film Scripts Online. It's near the top here. And this is a database that offers access to over 100 scripts, all of which are authorized versions. The database offers, let's go ahead and accept these cookies. Sorry about that. The database offers a few ways to browse. You can browse by people, by genre, etc. And just to kind of give you guys a look at this database in depth, we're going to go ahead and click on genre. And then it's going to take us to a small list of all the different genres that pertain to the different scripts that they have in this database. But we're going to click on fantasy because that's one of my favorite genres. And as you can see, there are 10 scripts within the fantasy genre here in this database. And then just to clarify, this is a separate database from our library collection. Within our library collection, we have more scripts, but this is just the Alexander Street Press database. But anyways, let's go ahead and click on Highlander, the one at the very tippy top, so you guys can see how that looks. And as you can see, it opens right up. Oh, there we go. It opens right up and you can scroll through the pages and the whole thing is there. It's a very, very useful tool. So if you're looking for a script and it's not in our collection, I would suggest trying Alexander Street Press. It may be there. But yeah, so let's go ahead and go back to the A to Z database page and we'll keep exploring a couple different databases. So this time we're going to browse by subject type. So we're going to go to the little subject drop-down menu and we're going to pull it down and we're going to click on music. And then once we do, you can see that it limits the list and now it shows 19 different databases that pertain to music. So we're going to scroll down a little bit and we're going to click on a little bit further. Here we go, Naxos Music Library. And this is a really, really great resource if you're interested in classical music. You can explore and stream classical music from over 800 labels for absolutely 100% free. And the database website is pretty cool. It offers things like guided tours of different musical eras. If you see over on the left-hand side, there's like a menu strip. We're going to click on resources, and that's going to take us to these different ways to like browse the database. And like I said, we have these different guided tours based on musical eras, Baroque, classical, romantic. We scroll down, you can see that there's study guides based on regions, Australia, Ireland, North America, South Korea, and more. There's even a junior section that is dedicated towards a younger audience. There's an opera section. It's really, really great. There's even a pronunciation guide, it seems. But let's go ahead and scroll back up. And we are going to click on the Romantic era, just to, again, give you guys a deeper look at one of our databases. And as you can see, they have a list of key composers and their music. So let's just click on the top one, Mr. Beethoven. Now, unfortunately, because of copyrights and the way Zoom works, when we click on these, I don't think you'll be able to hear it at home, but let's go ahead and give it a try just in case. But when you try it at home, if you do try it at home, you should be able to listen to it without any issues. Yeah, I don't know if it's going to work through Zoom, but trust me when I say that it does work. And it's a very, very useful tool, especially even if you just want something to listen to and you just want to explore some guided academic information. But anyways, so let's go ahead and head back to the A to Z database page. And we're just going to keep chugging along here. So let's scroll up to the top, back up to the top. And we are going to clear out the filters. And we're going to browse a different way this time. This time we're going to pull down the database type menu and we're going to click on streaming videos. And once again, you can see it limits the list and now it's showing 5 different databases that are used for streaming videos. And we're going to click on Swank Digital Campus. Because what would a film school be without a way to stream movies, am I right? This database offers a library of movies that are all free to watch as long as you're logged in with your LA Film email. And as you can see, there's a lot of really great titles to choose from. There's some classics, some newer movies. We got Chinatown. We have Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind. We have Jurassic Park. We have La La Land. We got Pan's Labyrinth, which is such a great movie. I definitely recommend it. We got The Bling Ring. Let's click on The Bling Ring because that's one of my favorite movies. And again, I don't think through Zoom we'll be able to show you any of it because there's like some copyright blockage thing going on. But again, trust me when I say that it definitely works. So, give it a try. It's free. You can stream movies for free. Who doesn't love that? But yes, once again, let's go ahead and head back to the A to Z database page. I do apologize if we're moving a bit fast. We just have a lot to get through. Okay, once again, let's clear the filters. We'll just click that button. And this time we're going to browse by vendor/providers. And we're going to click on EBSCO. EBSCO is the largest database platform that we offer access to. It's been broken down, as you can see, into 7 different smaller databases, or smaller collections, I should say, depending on your needs. There's the Business Source Elite. There's an eBooks collection. There's film and television literature index. There's magazines. It's very, very cool, very useful. But for right now, we're going to click on Academic Search Elite because we're going to switch gears here a little bit. And this time, what we're going to talk about is I'm just going to show you how to conduct a simple search using an academic database like EBSCO. So we're just going to do a little demonstration here. So as you can see, one of the first things you'll notice is that this website, this database, it has some search fields, right? But it has more than one. It has 3. And the reason for that is because this database, utilizes something called Boolean operators. And that's really just a way for researchers to make their searching more refined. And it makes it a lot easier to sift through search results. So I'll explain a little bit. So let's say we were going to do a search for time travel. So we would write time travel as our key terms in the first search field, right? But let's say we wanted to broaden that search a little bit. We could say time travel and motion pictures, right? That little drop-down menu says and what that would do is it would yield search results that include both time travel and motion pictures within the record or the record description. But if we pull down that little menu that says and, you can see that there are these 3 operators, right? And, or, and not. If we were to change it to or, then what would happen is it would broaden the search results a little bit more because it would yield search results that might either just have time travel, might either just have motion pictures, or it might have them both. It kind of, it's giving it a little bit more leeway. But if we were to change the operator to not, what would happen is it would yield results that have time travel as a key term, and it would exclude anything that mentions motion pictures. So if for whatever reason you were doing if you're doing research on time travel and you want to do a search for all articles, journal entries that have to do with time travel, but you want to make sure that you're not getting any search results that are about movies or motion pictures, then you would say not motion pictures, and it would exclude anything that has to do with it. And if you look over on the right, there's also these little drop-down menus, and these are just ways to further refine your key terms. For example, if you want to specify a key term as a title or an author's name, you could do that. And once again, this is just to really refine your searches, because if you're doing academic research, it can take a really long time to sift through search results and find the right articles that you're looking for. And it could be very, very tedious and mind-numbing and time-consuming. And so this is just to make it easier. But anyways, so for our demonstration, we're going to do a search for time travel and motion pictures. And we're just going to click search and see what happens. As you can see, we have quite a few search results. There are 105. But if you look over on the left, there's this little section in that side panel that says limit to. So these are some limiters that you can utilize. I would highly suggest that you utilize the limiter for full text. So we'll tick that box. And what that does is it makes sure that all of the search results that you're seeing are search results that only have, or only search results that have the entire text of the article. Because sometimes what you'll find is that some of these search results will only have like an abstract, but you want to make sure that you're seeing the full thing, everything. So it brought our search results down a little bit. Now we only have 50, but that's fine. We're going to scroll down and we're going to click on No Time Like the Present. That is the article that we like to use for this demonstration. And once you click on it, this is what the detailed record looks like. Over on the left-hand side, we see two links, one for HTML full text and one for PDF full text. Let's click on PDF full text so you can see what that is. What it is, it's the original publication in its original form, just scanned into a PDF. So if that's the way you'd prefer to look at it, or if maybe you just need it for whatever reason, this is how you would find it. And if we go back or click on HTML full text, it's all of the verbiage from the article from its original source formatted just into HTML so that it's, in my opinion, easier to read. Maybe it's not easier for everyone else. But if you look up a little bit, there's also a button that says listen, and this is so that you can listen to the article in this fun little synthesized voice. So if you are in need of something like that, or if you just prefer to listen to text rather than reading it, that's something that you can utilize. So let's go ahead and click it, and I think you'll be able to hear it.
No time like the present. Advisory.
Yes, how very, very fun. So yes, this is how you would view the record. Now, if we scroll back up a little bit, if you look over on the right, there are these tools. So these tools are how you can save the record, how you can send the record to yourself or to somebody, how you can print the detailed record. One I would like to point out is Cite. There's a Cite button. If we click it, so if you are, let's say you're doing research for like an essay or something, and you decide you want to use this article and you need to cite it for your works cited or bibliography page, it does the work for you. You don't even have to think twice. You just click cite and choose the citation style and then copy paste, and it's bing, bang, boom, done. And then there's some other tools that are useful. There's the permalink. It gives you a very a direct link to the article. Yeah, and then I know that students have a Microsoft account when they enroll at LA Film. So if you want to save it to a cloud or to an online drive, OneDrive is what you would want to be using. But I think that pretty much does it for this demonstration. So we're going to go ahead and head back to the library homepage, and we're just going to move along. If I forgot something, I'm terribly sorry. But let's go ahead and pull down that research menu again. So instead of clicking on it, we're just going to pull it down. And then we're going to click on subject guides. So as you can see, we've created a few guides categorized by subject or like by programs that we have here at LA Film. And they're really just meant to be useful to you in your research journey, specifically in your area of study. For example, animation. We'll just click on the animation guide. And here it is, the animation subject guide that we have created. Many of the resources on these pages are free and can definitely be useful. And even if you aren't in animation or, whatever it may be, we definitely encourage you to explore all of these guides because, the resources can be really useful. They can be really enriching. And honestly, some of them are just fun. But yeah, so this is what they look like. They may be getting a makeover sometime soon, but for the time being, this is what they'll look like. But yes, anyways, let's go ahead and head back to the home page and we'll just keep moving along. We'll pull down that research menu again, and this time we're going to click on resources. So we've compiled this collection of helpful sites. You can browse this list and it ranges from learning courses to streaming media, to books, to art, to stock images. There's over 150 resources available, and they range from free to premium services with either a subscription or a purchase. And just so you can kind of see what kind of resources are here, let's go ahead and click on art resources, which is one of our favorites. And you can see we have just a bunch of sites that you can click through. We really love Google Arts and Culture. It's such a great site. You can explore museums, as you can see in 3D. They often have like virtual galleries or exhibits that are going on, sometimes interactive games and puzzles. And it's really, really just cool. If you haven't explored Google Arts and Culture, I highly, highly recommend it. It's so much fun. It's very enriching. And it's cool. It's cool to learn. So anyways, let's go ahead and head back to the library homepage once again. And when we pull down that research menu, this time we're going to go over tutorials. Now, I know that both Georgina and I have mentioned tutorials or a tutorial page, and this is where you can find all of the tutorials, like all of the videos, all of the explanations on how to use the website, how to use the catalog, Koha, how to download different software, and we'll click on that, how to use a different databases, which is what we were just going over. There's even tutorials on how to use our printer and scanner and how to download the print software, which I highly recommend that you do because oftentimes students have to print and oftentimes students are in a hurry to print. So if you download the driver to your personal device, your laptop ahead of time, and just have it ready to go. Anytime you need to print, you can send it straight to the cloud and then just come to the library and scan and print, and you don't have to, no fuss, no muss. It's just makes it a lot easier. But anyways, yes, this is where you'll find tutorials. Okay, so we're almost done, I promise. So let's go ahead and head back to the library homepage. And we're gonna scroll down a little bit. These green boxes, this one on the right at the very bottom, there's a link that says discounts. Look at that. We have a large list of discount codes for you to use. We've scoured the internet in order to find them, from rentals to clothing to food to electronics to streaming services, and just make sure that you're using your LAFS email to take advantage of them while you can. And of course, we haven't forgotten about staff and faculty. We have a whole dedicated section to use well. And again, just make sure that you're using your LAFS email, or sometimes when you click the link, there's going to be like a code provided. But yes, take advantage of these discounts because in this economy, you can't afford not to. But anyways, again, we're almost done. One last thing. So let's go back to the homepage. And then we're just going to click on the Support Us button there. This is the Support Us guide. This is just different ways that you can help us out here at the library. I know Georgina mentioned before that we really, really love feedback. Please give us suggestions, items that you'd like to see in the library for circulation. You can take a survey to help us better understand what you might need in terms of not just collection, but also services. The more suggestions that we get, the better our resources will be. And we just want our resources to be as good as they can be for our patrons, which is you, right? The students, the staff, the faculty. And also we do accept donations. So if you would like to donate materials like movies, books, games, or scripts that you're trying to get rid of, you can contact us here at the library and we can try to coordinate something. And that, my friends, concludes my whole spiel. So I'm going to go ahead and hand it back over to Georgina. So thank you.
Thank you, Matt. Thank you for giving us the rundown on research and ways to support us. Yeah, so before we wrap up, I just want to mention that we do have an alumni user guide. So if you're alumni or you're about to graduate or you just want to know what resources you'll have access to even after graduation or what resources you'll lose upon graduation, you can go ahead and find those details here. Yeah, you can see that that you'll lose some of the access to like Adobe, Microsoft Office, but you can go ahead and read that on your own time. And yeah, if you have any questions, you can always contact us if you need further information on. Yeah, so pretty much concludes our webinar for learning about the library. I do want to mention that we have our social media handles on here. We have our library blogs, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, Spotify, and Letterboxd accounts. You can go ahead and follow us to stay current in what is happening in and around the library and just get updates on newly added resources to our collection, just information, memes that we'll post regularly. So yeah, so it's good to stay in the know and just follow us. And yeah, pretty much, yeah, if you have any other questions, now is a good time to enter them in the Q&A section. Maybe it's something that we did not cover, or maybe something that you still need further information on a topic. We can address that right now. And while we wait, we do have an announcement. Probably, yeah, so starting next week, since we're getting ready for the Spotlight Week, that's happening here at the film school, and the Spotlight ceremony that'll happen on June 29th, I believe, on Friday. Yeah, so a lot of big things are happening that week. We'll have an immersive display for both the film school and at the recording school buildings. So yeah, so if you're here in person, go ahead and check it out. We will be having those displays up next week. And we'll also have a contest. So yeah, so stay informed. It will be here under our events section, and as well, we'll post it on our social media channels. So yeah, so be on the lookout for those items, those announcements soon. And looks like we don't have any questions at this time, but if you have any questions after the webinar, you can go ahead, call us, email, visit us. We're open to you. Yeah, so yeah, hope you have a great day, a great week, and we'll see you soon. Thank you for joining us. Bye.